Hello and welcome to my carp fishing crib. Something a little bit different for you this week. Basically, the winds on the east coast have swung northeasterly, so it's a bit of a chill with an easterly in it. And for sea fishing around here at this time of year, that makes it absolutely pointless, as you would have probably seen from my previous videos. So, what I'm doing today, I've come down to a little estate lake, which is a club I'm a member of. Now, I'm not going to tell you where it is, unfortunately. I know I'm allowed to film on it because I've filmed on it in the past, but it's at the owners and the bailiff's discretion that I don't disclose where it is. Totally natural water, absolutely beautiful water, and it's the first time I've been carp fishing in probably over a year, to be honest with you. So I've dusted my gear off and I've decided to come down here, give it a go. The fish are waking up. Temperature at the minute is about 20, well, when I woke up this afternoon, because I did a night shift last night, my phone was saying 21 degrees. Now, I don't know how true that is. However, to me, that says the carp will be waking up. Now, this is always good for a night bite on here. It really, really is. It's a fantastic lake. It's beautiful. It's an eau naturel. It's got a real silty, dirty bottom on it, but the fish love it. They grab around. Not a lot of bait goes in here. They're not massive. I think you're probably talking 20 is the biggest. So you're not going to see no massive fish on this video. So if you're watching this video for 30 and 40 fat pigs that have been fed from a day ticket water on boilies and they're just like big and bloated, you're not going to see them on this. If we do catch fish, they're going to be absolutely stunning, beautiful, beautiful fish. Some of the fish in here are crackers. Koi, there's scalies, fully scaled, some ghosties, and of course your standard mirrors and your commons. So, a lot of you are probably turned off by now who are my sea fishing subscribers, because you don't really want to watch a carp fishing video. But if you haven't and you're this far, just stick with it, because it's not going to be a real serious carp fishing video. It's just me by the lake, chilling out, decompressing from a week at work, and trying to catch a fish. Stick with me, and we'll see if we can get. There's also going to be some cooking in this video as well. You're going to get to see the Crowe carp fishing special meal. It is magnifique. Yeah. Right, anyway, stick with me for the video. Let's see if we can get a fish. Et voila. This is my swim and my home for the night. Really good swim to fish, this one. Really, really nice. In the summer, you have a lot of lilies come up on the left-hand side. You have a patch of lilies on the right-hand side as well. And also you have the far bank. The fish in this lake love to hug the far bank. They absolutely adore it. That's their little safe haven, so you always put a rod over there. So I've got my left rod over there. And down this right-hand side, you've got a tree, and I've got a spot down there as well, which I always put a bait on. Had a lot of fish out of there. Got another person fishing the other side of the lake, and it's just us two on it. A lot of the times I fish here, it's just me by myself. And, you know, it's beautiful. It really is. It's what I call a John Wilson lake. It is completely natural. Like I say, you've got a silty bottom full of naturals, full of bloodworm. Really dirty, really stinky. That's the reason I'm using the bait I'm using, which I'll show you later, the bait I'm using tonight. And you'll understand, if you're into carp fishing, why I'm using that bait in here. Like I say, you've got commons, mirrors, fully scaled, koi, ghosties, beautiful fish. And they're not very big. They're not massive, because they haven't got a lot of bait going in it, you know. Little fish just jumped down there. There's not a lot of bait going in it. It's not filled in all the time with boilies and stuff like that. There's a lot of match anglers fish it for matches. So, you know, you'll have all your corn going and your maggots, your pellet, etc. But you don't get a lot of boilies growing in it, so they haven't got a high protein diet, which is why they're not massive. But I love it here, because it is just the tranquility, the peace. And these are the sort of lakes I prefer. I prefer lakes with a lot of features. I prefer lakes where, you know, lots of hidey holes, trees. I don't like the big dugout bowls with, you know, don't get me wrong, carp fishing, you know, I'm not great at it, to be honest with you. Sea fishing I'm a lot better at. And day ticket waters have their place. But personally, don't crucify me for this, but I prefer these sort of lakes. Really do. Right. Anyway, that's enough waffling on. Rods have been out. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Say that, 20 to 4 in the afternoon. I got here about 2 o'clock and I haven't been here for so long. And as I was setting up, one of the members I haven't seen for a long time come walk around. So I spent about an hour chatting to him before I actually even started filming. The rods were already out. What I do, I've just plonked the rods out to start off with, just to, during the daytime at the minute, probably won't see a bite. It'll be more dusk time. So when it comes to dusk, I'm going to bring them back in, rebait them out, put them back out on the spots, and then we'll fish it through the night. And I'll be leaving about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. It's always good here for, like I say, a night bite or an early morning bite. Early mornings, 6:30, 7 o'clock, just as the sun's coming up. That is the one. It really is. So like I say, 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'll probably leave here tomorrow. Got some stuff to do. But yeah, carp fishing. Who would have thought it, eh? And you thought this was a surf casting channel. Well, it's now about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Had to go and do a couple of things, so I'll round the rods in. Like I say, first cast, just literally put it out there. See if I can get a bite during the daylight, but now is the time to really start fishing, just as that sun is dropping. Just going to show you what I'm using, rig-wise. Plain and simple spinner rig. On that, I have one of the most smelliest pop-ups you have ever heard of in your life. Now that is the Pineapple pop-up. Absolutely stinky, really, really good for lakes like this, which are absolutely full of silt. And what I'm doing in here fishing-wise, I'm just putting a little stick on that. And on this stick, I have, or in this stick, I have pellets. That's all you need in here is pellets. Don't want to feed too much around the bait because the fish in here don't like that. It turns them right off. And then all I'm doing with that is a little tiny bit of white squid supreme goo. Now this is going to be the left-hand rod. This is going to go over the far side, he says. Try and see if I can get that just where I want it. Perfecto. Absolutely beautiful. That is exactly where I want that, just over there underneath that tree. Because the fish in here love that far bank. They really, really do. I'll just tighten it up in a minute. So that's the first rod out. Come back to you in a second and show you what I'm doing with the second rod. So that's the first rod out on the money on the far side, left-hand rod far side. Second rod, fishing a spinner rig again. On this one, I'm using a Scent from Heaven pop-up. And that I have trimmed down slightly. I'm going to fish this one close in. Yet again, another little mesh parcel of pellets. And yet again, put some of the Squid Supreme goo in there. Give it a little bit of smoke and let's give it a little bit of scent. And with this rod, all I'm doing is flicking this under there. Not too far out at all. That down there is a very, very good little spot. I have had some very decent fish from that area. Opa. It always fishes well. Let's set this up. Bring it around again. There we go. And that is my spots. Now, like I say, you will find in here, it's very, very good for a night bite. It really is. Don't get me wrong, you will catch them during the day. However, Night time to early morning. That is when they absolutely love it in here. That's the rod set up now. I'm not going to change them now. If I don't get a bite through the night, it's going to sit where they are, because you're fishing for a bite in this lake. You're not piling the bait in, you're not fishing over a bed of bait. Like I say, it really puts the fish off. This lake, small parcels of bait, fish for a bite every time. It works. It's getting near dinner time. You'll see one of my culinary classics coming up in a little while. But apart from that, it's time to sit back, chill out, and relax, decompress, and wait for those alarms to start screaming. It's been very quiet so far. It's now about 7 o'clock at night. I just had a couple of beeps on the far rod. I reckon that's bream. There's a lot of bream in there. A lot of bream, a lot of tench, crusions. Just probably one of them grubbing around, maybe grab the pop up. Luckily it didn't hook if it was a bream, because we don't really want bream, do we? But I'm now getting peckish. So my steak is now about to go on. And I'm going to turn this into a culinary delight. I'm going to cook this, and what I'm going to end up with is one of my favourite carp fishing meals. It's something I always cook when I'm carp fishing. Absolutely love it. I'll show you what that is in a second. Man on the far side, he hasn't had anything yet either, but there is quite a lot of activity. I've seen a couple of fish jump over the far side where that far rod is, literally within a table area size away from my bait, so they are over there. And I've seen quite a bit of fizzing up as well. There's been fizzing up to the left, fizzing up right in front of me. So it looks to me like they may be getting their heads down, which is always a bonus to see. Anyway, 7 o'clock at night, my dinner's going on. I'll come back to you in a second and show you what the end result is. And as if by magic, look at that. Steak baguette. One of the easiest meals to cook on the bankside. You just get your steak in, cook it, nice fresh baguette, bit of ketchup. I'll sometimes get some chili cheese and mix it in with it as well, but I didn't get any this time. And for dessert today, got apple turnovers. And to wash it all down, one of my favourite drinks, Pepsi Max. I am living the dream, living the high life on eating steak on the bank, eh? Absolutely lovely. I'm going to sit there, chow down on this, kick back and relax, and I'll come back to you in a little while with a full stomach, content, and hopefully a fish. It's now about 9:30 at night, and to be totally honest with you, it is completely dead out there. As the light was fading, there were fish boshing over the far side, literally right near where my hook bait is. So they are there, they are moving. It's just a case of whether they're going to be feeding. It's now around about 9:30 at night. The temperature has dropped dramatically. Don't know if you can see that. It's dropped from about, I think it was what, in the 19, 20 today. And it's dropped down to about 11 degrees now. Now, as the light was fading on the far side where my far rod is, there was fish moving. There was fish boshing, there was fish rolling around. So they are there and they are moving about. Mosquito. The question is whether or not, there's not a mosquito. Question is whether or not they're going to be on the feed. I was hoping I might have had something by now. As it normally fades here, the light, that's normally when you get a run. So it's going to be a case now of getting my head down. I'm going to watch some YouTube, catch up on some YouTube videos, fishing YouTube, and see what happens through the night. Now, the next time you see me, it'll either be with this light on, and you'll know I've got a fish. If not, I'll come back to you in the morning at first light. Hopefully we get a nice morning, hopefully we get a nice sunrise. Should be some nice carpy, misty shots of mist coming off the water. But we'll see. Like I say, that's me done for now. I'll see you soon. Morning. This is the view from my bivvy at 6 o'clock in the morning. I've literally just been woken up by a aborted run, straight maybe a big liner on the right hand rod. Screamed off for a couple of seconds, looked out, there was a line of bubbles, so I am assuming that a fish got spooked. But I've left it out there because the spinner rig I'm using will reset, but I've just literally been out and thrown a couple more handfuls of pellet over the top of it. And it is fizzing over there still, so there is something feeding. And the left hand rod I've just redone because I had a couple of blips on that during the night. Solid blips, I'd have said they were liners, but fishing under them trees over there, there's a lot of leaf litter, twigs and stuff like that. So I've just wound it in, it was perfectly fine. Changed it over to a pink scent from hell. Put another stick on it and put it back over there. There is quite a lot of fizzing and quite a lot of activity this morning. There's fish fizzing quite a lot all over the place. There's little fish topping, haven't seen any carp, bosh or anything like that yet, but I say solid sleep. I ain't really had a solid sleep. Kept getting woken up, like I say, by liners. Sounded like a duck or something got absolutely annihilated on the other lake. I woke up in the middle of the night. That was something out of a horror film. Oh dear, but I don't know if you can hear it. Listen to that. Dawn chorus, eh? That is one of the reasons we go fishing, just for things like that, you know. It's natural, it's nature, it's absolutely bloody lovely. And it looks like it's going to be a nice day. I think it's sitting around 6 degrees now. It did drop quite rapidly in the night. I got up a couple of times, obviously, when I had the liners and just sat by the rods for a minute or two, just in case it was something pulling around and it just disappeared off again and screamed off. But it was a chilly old night. However, now is one of the best times on it to get a fish, as dawn breaks on here. In the summer it becomes carnage. This time of year I don't really know how it's going to fish, but we'll see. I'm content, I'm happy. Rods are set out. Probably give it another 2.5 hours. Probably leave around about 9ish. Let's just see if we can get something in the next 2.5 hours. What can I say? Very, very uneventful. In the end, I had 2 lost fish, one off the right-hand side, one off the far side, both hook pulls. Checked my hook points, they were fine, but nothing landed. And it's now 9 o'clock and I've got stuff to do, so I'm going home. But to be honest with you, first time out carp fishing in a very long time, and I've really, really enjoyed myself. So you will be seeing more carp fishing videos on here every now and then. They're not going to be as much as the sea fishing videos, but every now and then I'll probably go out, get a session in, drop a carp fishing video. Might get a couple of socials in with my friends, because a lot of my friends do carp fishing. So you will see some content like that coming up, but do not worry, do not unsubscribe if you are a sea fishing preferee, so to speak. You prefer the sea fishing content, because that is going to be 99% of the content on this channel still. Anyway, it's lovely and warm. I've got stuff to do. I've got a Nando's to eat later. Oh, yes. So I'm out of here. So you take care of yourselves. Hit the subscribe button. To be honest with you, it's not been that great a carp fishing video. So if you don't want to hit it, don't hit it. But if you do, please hit it. Give it a like. Leave me a comment if you want. And I'll see you by the water very soon.